there. Hey guys, what's up? Today I wanted to do something fun and change it up a little bit. So what I was going to do was just show off and I'm going to do a couple of these, and I'll probably do a certain amount. I'm going to do top 10 favorite Funko Pops. I got a good amount of people who enjoyed the making of Marvel, and you can check that out. But what I'm going to do today is just show you my top favorite 10 video game pops today. I had them already here. I've been in a moving process, so I'm in a new area and I don't have all my pops to be accessible. There's a couple choices I went with. I had Disney I was going to go with. I was going to go with Overwatch. I was going to go with maybe the wrestling pops I have. But this seemed like the best idea because I already had them out, and they're not going to be in any boxes just because I didn't have them in the boxes. I had them set up in like a baseball bat case, which is what I use for a lot of the pops in the area of my room. So I was going to do that, and then also I have, as a main thing, we're going to open up this, which I personally have no clue what's in it. I'm going to be honest. If it's something bad, then I guess I'll be disappointed, but, you know, it's just a mystery box that I got from Plastic Empire. They were doing a mystery box for, it was like real cheap, but anyway. And then I might do one of the boxes behind there, because I've had those for a while, and I might open one of those as well. So, I'm going to start off with number 10 of my top 10 favorite video game pops. So number 10 is, I'll try to hold it up better. Number 10 is Charmander. I got him recently. Most of the pops that I'll get and I'll show off today are just because of some type of symbolism when it comes to video games. This, I think, represents, me being a kid playing Pokemon as a kid. I mean, I got from Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh! To, I think, whatever else is after that. Maybe Pokemon, Digimon, then Yu-Gi-Oh! But I didn't bother collecting that many of those kinds of games. Like, I have, I think, the basic starters right now as far as the Pokemon. But that was kind of my introduction to games. I mean, there's a lot of pops in here that will be introductions to certain games or introductions to a time in my life where I was playing games and enjoying it. So that's number 10. And he looks kind of weird as far as Charmander himself. I would like a Charmeleon and a Charizard, but, you know, they'll probably get there eventually. With most of the pops they have, they'll end up doing all the different Pokemon, but... So yeah, that is number 10. Ooh. Number 9 being Sweet Tooth. So Sweet Tooth would be number 9. I find this to be very interesting because they went with more of the Twisted Metal Black kind of look, where he was like an actual serial killer. Actually, I'll pull him back. That would be a bit better, huh? To keep him in frame. And I mean, I've always loved Twisted Metal. I think because, you know, most of these games really revolve around the fun bonding, whether it's with a friend or my brother. That kind of stuff was the thing where, like, a lot of these games resonate with me where it comes to either playing with someone or playing, you know, a game intently, or just in general getting me into video games in general. So I picked number 9 for Sweet Tooth because I played Twisted Metal a lot, and I think the best one, if I were to choose the best one, or top 3, it'd be Black, and then probably 2, and then 1, because those were classic, and just in that construct of how the games worked, it was just simple. I think after 3 and 4, it got really kind of complex, and I don't know, it seemed really kind of cheesy. It became kind of self-aware and kind of became kind of stupid. I remember there was one with like Rob Zombie in it, and that was kind of, I don't know, it just kind of took me out. 3 and 4, 3 is not bad. Maybe 3 would probably be my top 3rd, but 4 I remember being super like campy and kind of too self-aware. So number 8, I went with the Blue Hedgehog Sonic. This one, now there are pops of Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails that came out a while ago. These kind of, the one I have here is the one that was re-released. Like Sonic was put out there, I guess, recently. Him holding a ring, him holding this one, which is a Chaos Emerald. And this one, I think Sonic is important to me as far as me and my brother, we used to play Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 2, Sonic 3, all of the different ones. So I think Sonic still, no matter what, has a place. I still have yet to see the movie, which kind of upset me a little bit with the situation now. But you know, as far as the game itself, I think I've always enjoyed Sonic. And if you do get a chance, and if you do enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog, I very much, you know, when I mean Sonic the Hedgehog, I mean the old school Sonic, not the weird like Sonic Battle Adventure, or whatever the hell those games are. I could never get into them. But the classic Sonic, definitely try Sonic Mania. That game is just a perfect representation of what Sonic is, and you know, new and fresh, and still the same Sonic from the old Genesis games. So I say definitely try that out if you do enjoy Sonic. So number 7, I went with a Mass Effect pop, and some of them now are very hard to find, but this one I definitely picked up because I really wanted this one character in particular. And for people who don't know Mass Effect, it is a fun RPG type game. It has kind of fallen off as of late because of it's just not as good as it was. I think Andromeda wasn't even worth my time as far as the issues that I saw people were having with it. But I mean, as far as my favorite character, personally, it's Garrus. And this is, he is a Turian, I believe it's pronounced. It's been a while since I played 2, which was one of my favorites. But yeah, Garrus is a Turian, which is an alien race. I love how, just in general, how the way his face is, how his jawline is like up here and then down. Like his mouth, that little gap right here, this thing right here, hold on, I'll put this thing at the bottom right here, that's his mouth. That's the only thing that opens. Everything else stays the way it is. I think the way they designed the race of aliens in the game is pretty, like, just a cool design as far as his mouth. It almost looks like he's evil, but he's really, like, one of my favorite characters as far as when you bond with him and the friendship you have with him. It's such a genuine thing, and he's in a repeatedly, you know, he's in another game and then another game, so he's a repeated character who always comes back, and I really enjoy his character particularly because he just seems like a genuine nice guy. And as far as when I go through, it's one of those games that it based your morality and your choices you make on whether you're good or bad. So he normally is always on par with what I was trying to do, and he always was like on you know, because every teammate that you had their own mindset, had their own way of thinking. So when I came to Garrus, it always seemed like he was on the same page as me. I think he was probably my favorite character. I have other Mass Effect pops that are, again, hard to find. There's a lot of them I'm still missing. I think I'm missing Tali and another one. I don't remember. But yeah, that is number 7. So for number 6, I went with one of the games that I grew up with when I was like in high school. So I'm sure everyone has played it once or twice, but I decided to go with Halo. But the only actual character I really wanted was Master Chief, maybe the Arbiter, because for one, Keith David is the voice of him, and I love Keith David as far as a voice actor and I guess an actor in general. But my point is that I figured if I got Master Chief, I wanted to get something special as far as Master Chief. And back when, like, way back when Funko started, they had you know, Spartans in different color suits. To show you how far back is that they had a convention exclusive, they had a store-bound exclusive from Blockbuster, and that was like, I think, a blue or a yellow one. But I figured I'd get Master Chief, and this one is a special one from E3. This is an actual exclusive. They have like a John Cena that's like the same way, where it's like he's translucent. This is him in active camo, holding the, you know, the elite sword. I guess it's the energy sword. It's been a while. But I used to play this constantly as a kid. Growing up, around the high school time for me, this was like literally a game where me and my one friend, Chuck, him and me would just completely just go head to head all the time. Him and me were always constantly fighting. To be better, be better than each other. And then it was me and two other friends, and all four of us tried to be better than everyone else. But again, this stems from my brother as well, because I think a lot of the gaming choices I made and a lot of the games that I played back when I was growing up was because of my brother and the stuff that we played. So I think Halo was important to me because at the time I think my brother was going to school to become a mechanic. So at the time he was traveling, or not traveling, but he lived all the way far away in another town, like a place that took like 2 hours or so to get to, and it was something that me and him could play back when like Xbox Live was in its infancy and starting out. So that's one that I picked because I when it comes to like one character or one specific set that I want to get, I normally get just one to just symbolize how, you know, this thing is important to me. I try not to get too many of stuff just because some things aren't that important as far as collecting the whole set. Overwatch is a big game for me, so I enjoy that. I don't know what that is in the back right there, but it's like a crack or something. But anyway, this is from E3 2009, I believe. No, I'm sorry, 2009. 2019. And this is the like active, it's technically the active camo Master Chief. So for number 5, I chose Call of Duty. A Call of Duty pop, which I have a couple of them. I have Soap and just a couple characters, but I decided to go with something that reminded me of my friends, and probably the only game that is does not remind me of my brother as far as another person, as far as a bonding or fun time playing with it. And so I chose Call of Duty, but I chose the zombie set, and I picked the Monkey Bomb. Which, by the way, this symbol right here is something I've wanted tattooed on me for forever. I have not gotten a tattoo yet, but... So I picked the Monkey Bomb, and as you know, I have plenty of videos with Raven and Dan and Bones, and those 3 guys were always playing Call of Duty Zombies with me. They have been the crew I play and finish the big, elaborate Call of Duty Easter eggs that they have in the games. So that one is important to me just because I do have another one, I think the Exploded Monkey Bomb, or it's like Toasted Monkey Bomb. It's the same thing, but it has more of like a crisp or a kind of burnt look to it. So that's another one I have, but this one I figured would pick because of how much I play zombies with my friends and how much we enjoy doing the Easter eggs and everything. And I do have videos of us doing those, you know, my previous videos you can check out if you'd like. I consider it to be the basis form for Waffle Town. It is AJ, who is Raven, Dan, who of course is Dan, Bones, we just call Bones, and then Sump, who is sometimes in there. He's like the interchangeable guy who comes in sometimes he's busy doing whatever, but he is the only guy we don't know personally, and it's just a cool, fun time to hang out with at least the 4 of us or the 5 of us. Anytime we have those guys, whether it's all 5 of us or just a couple of us, it's always fun to play zombies or whatever. That's why I love anytime I have a video with one of those guys in it, I enjoy just kind of editing it and just being stupid and silly. So yeah, that's number 5. 5? 5. You can't. 5. I got 5. Okay. So my next one for 4 is probably one of my favorite games as far as video games, and it's continuous concept or continuous continuous games that they put out. I've never been a big fighting person, like a fighting fan. I always really hated fighting games, I guess, growing up. But there was one that always stuck with me, and that was Tekken. And considering that I was a wrestling fan at the time, and that I played Tekken a lot, my favorite and number 4 is King. King is probably one of my favorite characters, not only because he has a mask that looks just badass, but that he just, in general, looks badass. That and Jin. I think Jin is another character for people who know, you know, Tekken characters. Point is that this is one of my favorite characters in anything. I think he just looks, his aesthetic is badass. He looks like a wrestler himself. You know, he could, you know, jump up, do a drop kick like that. But yeah, I think he's one of my favorite characters. And I think the less I know about him when I was growing up was like the weird part about it. It's like he was a teacher, I think, in some area of the world, and then was like, I'm going to become a wrestler to get this money and become this King of Iron Fist tournament. If you don't play Tekken, it doesn't make any sense to you, but essentially it's like Mortal Kombat or anything like that, where it's like there's a tournament going on, and the winner gets money and fame and all this other stuff, and everyone's in it for some reason. It's essentially the same thing as Twisted Metal, but instead Twisted Metal people die. But yeah, this King is my favorite like character in the thing, and I mean, it's one of those things where he just looks badass, and he represents and legitimately does wrestling moves in the game, which I think I respected back when Tekken came out, or Tekken in general, when they set up his moveset. A lot of his moves were legit wrestling moves that were used in, you know, real wrestling, pro wrestling kind of situations. So I think I love King just because of that concept, where it just felt like it was actually legitimately, he felt like a wrestler, and he, you know, fought like a wrestler. So I think I like that for number 4. But yeah, King is one of my favorites. So number 3, I chose kind of like the flagship of one of my favorite games. I guess the mascot, you could say. Back in 2016 or 2015, I tried a beta, and I figured, hey, I'll just try this game out because it looks fun, and Blizzard made it, and the main mascot was this woman, Tracer. I love Overwatch for many reasons. I like it for the lore. I like it for the different sets of characters from all over the world. I like it because it's easy to kind of pick up but difficult to master. And I just like it because a lot of the characters are just fun, and they interact with each other, and there's stuff going on that it's not just a game where you just fight. And it really involves teamwork. If when it comes to Overwatch, you're not using teamwork at all, it just doesn't really work out. You really have to work with your teammates, and the more you combine your abilities together, the better it'll be. So I really enjoy this game, and I think Tracer, I guess she basically the mascot of the game. I mean, she was the main, you know, reason, and you know, just in general, the basis for a lot of controversy starting off. And that's when actually I started, in my opinion, was with Tracer and a lot of the controversy she dealt with. A lot of the stuff, it seems kind of weird, like a lot of people complain about the little things, about details about people, but I don't know, some of them are real stupid. Anyway, I'm getting on a tangent, I'm sorry. But yeah, number 3 was Tracer from Overwatch. And I'll do a whole Overwatch video if you guys want, of my favorite Overwatch characters, because she's not my top favorite person. She's just my, you know, the gaming wise, I think she really symbolizes Overwatch in general. So for number 2, it's actually a difficult kind of, it's different. It's not a pop that you'll see anywhere. What I had saw on Facebook, or I think it was Facebook, one day, was someone making a custom pop of one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite horror survival games. So I was like, okay, well, you know, that's pretty badass. And she's like, oh, well, I'll make it. This took a whole 2 years for her to make, which, you know, I get maybe she's dealing with some stuff, but this is whole thing. Maybe I'll do a whole video on the story. But my number 2 pick is Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. And as you can see, this woman made this custom. She did a great job on it. She had, you know, the first suit and it looks badass. It even has the thing in the back, the health bar, has the stasis right here. It looks gorgeous as far as the character itself. Like, I'll put like a side by side right here where you can see the same. Like, it looks like, you can tell, like, if you look at it and you're a fan of Dead Space, you're like, yeah, that's Isaac Clarke's suit. This is his first suit from the first game, and it looks badass. And so what she did was she did all this, but what I did is when she finally got it to me, I went in and fixed it. I modified it a little bit. I made it so that way you can have that glow. I don't know if you can see that. I made it so that way it's glowed. It's a little bit, I messed it up a little bit there, but also did the mask so that way you can see, hold on, I'm sure you can see it in the camera. I'll see if I can actually put it in somewhere where there's no light. Hold on a sec. Alright, so this is it with the black light on it. I don't know if you can see, there you go. That it glows. I tried to make it so it looks pretty accurate as far as the glowing. But yeah, it's probably one of my favorites because it's a custom. And yeah, so that's probably the best I'm going to be able to get it. Because I decided, hey, I'm going to film this at night. Then I got lazy, didn't film it at night. So then I had to do it in the morning, and I realized that now you can't really see the glow. So yeah, that was something I liked doing, and I figured I added it to it. So I added that all in these ridges right here, and then in the back, and the stasis right here. Dead Space is probably one of my favorites. Not only is it a game that I enjoy playing from 1 to 2, maybe not 3, but it's a great fun game. It reminds me of Resident Evil as far as, it's like Resident Evil in space, essentially, if you know what Resident Evil is. But also, my best friend, he had, hopefully I can get him on the channel and do stuff on this, but he had introduced me to this game and was like, oh yeah, you should try it, it's very scary, it's fun. And I played it, and I got hooked, and I love this game, and I love Isaac Clarke. The game is so much fun. If you get a chance to try it, it's probably super cheap right now, 1 and 2. So definitely check it out because it's lesser known of a game, but I love this character. Isaac Clarke in his engineer suit. So yeah, that's my number 2 spot. So number 1, I figured it'd go to someone who had got me my flagship game as far as growing up, as far as starting out with gaming. And that was the thing, when I did this video, I was like, why not do a video on I wanted to start getting into Pops, but I do gaming now, so I figured why not a transition. It'd be the first top 10 I do would be the top 10 gaming Pops. So I figured I'd do that for the top 10, and I absolutely love this Pop because of what it stands for me, and that is one of the first games I've ever started and completed from start to finish was on the PlayStation, and that is Crash Bandicoot. One of my favorite characters of all time. He is my absolute favorite. This one is not only him, just Crash Bandicoot, but also this is a GameStop exclusive where, I don't know if you can see, but he's flocked. So it means, normally with flocked, it means he's got like lint on, or, you know, felt. It's like a felt fur kind of thing, so he feels very like smooth and furry. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot is one of my favorite characters of all time. He got me started in video games and enjoying it. Like, it made me feel like I could play any game. Gaming was this new avenue for me, and I started playing. Before that, I was playing, you know, Sonic, and, you know, I remember playing Tiny Toon Adventures on the Genesis. But this was the game that defined who I became as far as playing games. And gaming, I'm now 29 and I'm still playing games constantly, and I enjoy them. And I enjoy them for the same as any other media, story, you know, replayability, just in general the fun times you can have with a game. I still like going back and playing Crash Bandicoot. 1, 2, 3. I even enjoyed 4, which was The Wrath of Cortex, which I also have him as well, and Aku. It's just such a great, simple game. And from people who went on to make Last of Us and Uncharted and just great games in general. And I think Naughty Dog, it was just such a... If people say that, oh, well, he's like a Sonic or a Mario, it's like a flagship of a system. He is the flagship of the PlayStation, I think. And I think he really did change the way I saw video games and how I can have fun and play stuff. I mean, I think before that I was just playing stuff because it was just something to do. But I think Crash Bandicoot was one of my favorites, where I enjoyed all the time just playing, playing games and just enjoying stuff and really enjoying the media itself as far as playing games. So that's number 1. So that's my top 10 pops, and we can get them the hell out of there. And now for the main part. Again, I had gotten this box from Plastic Empire. I'll put their website up below. I think the box is already gone, but point is that we're gonna do this right. I want to open this up without knowing what's in it. Alright, so what this is a mystery box from Plastic Empire. It was like a deal thing where they're doing, I guess because of the situation, they're kind of just doing like, special deals and whatnot. But either way, it's supposed to be a non-common, which means common is easy to find. You can find it wherever. This is either exclusive or a chase or a grail. So we'll find out what it is. It's nothing. It's just an empty box. Okay, that's a little bit easier. That's a little bit easier. I'm stupid. Okay, so blind bundle. Let me get that box out of here. The first one, and we'll do the second one behind it. So the first one is, this is supposed to be exclusive. Problem is that it might be something I don't want, because I'm not picky, but I don't just buy anything. I've done a video on it, in my opinion. This is either a rare or a exclusive, a common. It's a no common box, so it's gonna be something that you can't find anywhere, and it is. Oh wow! Well, I mean it's Marvel, so I don't mind that at all. But Drax, wow! That is pretty cool, actually. I really do like that. That is pretty badass. This is Drax, the comic book version. I mean, technically it isn't, because he had such a different design in the first, in the Infinity War. Like, I mean, the Infinity Gauntlet comic book saga. He had, like, these big shoulder pads. Maybe if I could show you what he looks like here. This is his comic book look now. It just what they took from the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that is the Dave Bautista version. And then they have a version where when he started out, he was Drax the Destroyer, and he looked like these big shoulder pads, and I'll have to look up the picture, but this is pretty cool. I actually do like this. That's awesome. Drax the Destroyer. Well, I guess he's just Drax in this. But yeah, this is more so the comic book look they gave him for the influence for the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which I own all the Guardians of the Galaxy pops as far as the first movie. I didn't bother collecting the second movie because why would I collect the same character over again? I don't understand that. Drax is the first one. We got lucky there. But what is this? If it's one of the Cyber Monday bundles, then it might be not a bad choice. I'm looking away. Hold up. See, this is a less rare thing, I guess, but it's a Poe Dameron Hot Topic exclusive. This is not something I would have got on my own, but I mean it's not bad. It's from, I guess, the first Force Unleashed? No, wait. Is it from Force Unleashed? Force Awakened? Why did I say Force Unleashed? The game. Force Awakened. But yeah, that's not, you know, not the best. I thought it would be another one of the Cyber boxes, because this is the boxes that it says on here. The Cyber Monday bundle, blind bundle. This is one of the ones from it. This one is not, which is what I thought it'd be another one of those. Which, there's only another one that I want from that, which is Ash from Overwatch. So these are the two ones that we got. And yeah, that's pretty badass. I really do like the Drax. I'm definitely going to keep that one around. I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. Either I sell him, give him away, I could give him away in a giveaway thing, or I could sell him, or I could use him for parts as far as customs. I'm not sure yet. I think we'll do, maybe for Poe Dameron, we'll do one of the Star Wars boxes. Because, one, I want to get rid of the Star Wars boxes first, because I'm not really too big on them right now. I do like the old school Star Wars, but I don't know, the most recent movies kind of let me down. So, each video that I do for Pops, I want to do these boxes, at least one of them. So, I want to do one of these, so hopefully, so we'll show you the rarities there for Walmart only, but then there's these guys, and then these guys. So yeah, this is a Walmart one. I don't know where I got it. Maybe Walmart? I don't know. What the hell is this? Hold it. There we go. So this is, and we'll keep the chart right there. Let me open this up. This is, oh wow, BB-8. That's actually pretty badass. I like that. I don't mind BB-8 too much. I think it's weird they have little, like, foot things. Like, they have places where, I guess you can interlock them. I don't know. We'll find out with the next one. So yeah, that's BB-8. We'll put him up there. So that's pretty cool. There is the two boxes from the thing, and then these right here, and my top three. Oh, there goes Tracer. My top three right there. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope to do more of these. I want to get more situated to do Disney, maybe an X-Men one, maybe a Avengers, maybe, I don't know, just Marvel in general, top 10, and maybe get more like mystery boxes. I'm not sure yet. I kind of bought this on a whim, but I'm glad I did. Again, like, this Drax is pretty badass. I liked him, but I like, it was one of those things where I didn't want to go out and just, you know, I didn't need him, but it's still pretty cool to have him. So yeah, that's it, and thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.